Congratulations to the class of 2018. Let us pray. Dear God, we are gathered here today because of the stories that you have brought us together to share from different places and different spaces for such a time as this, the end of a chapter in one part of our lives and the beginning of something new. To the one who has called us each by name, as we hear our own names spoken aloud today and receive diplomas of accomplishment, let us also hear your voice calling each one present to receive a word of purpose and direction for their lives. We celebrate finishing a chapter in this story of our lives, that we may continue from this day in this place to create outstanding stories that surround us every day as we go forth. Be with us in this celebration. Amen.
Welcome. On behalf of the Bloomfield College Board of Trustees, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome each of you to the 145th Commencement. Class of 2018, today you did it. As you know, you are sharing this special occasion with honorary members of your class, Christian McBride, Professor O, and Governor Phil Murphy. I also want to welcome all the alumni. You're about to become a member of a very special group, the Bloomfield College alumni. I was graduated here in 1966. So my parents stood out there where you are today and watched me being the first one to graduate college from my family. So I've been involved as a trustee and as a member of the Alumni Association for many years. So Bloomfield College is unique. It's a special place, it's family. And today, is your special day. I'd like you to take a look at thank you to family and friends, and take a look at the people behind you. Like, just turn around for a second and take a look. Family and friends. This is your day. This is your day. And now, without further ado, the president of Bloomfield College, Richard Levao. Thank you.
As my first order of the day, please be seated. There you go. We have a number of very special guests here today, and in addition to those special guests who are you, the students getting their degrees, I want to recognize our alumni marshal, the Reverend Ernie Kosa. Reverend Kosa is a graduate of the class of 1945. That means he's celebrating his 73rd commencement since his graduation. He was a chaplain in the United States Army and was awarded the Bronze Star by order of the President of the United States. He has served in Sussex County Mental Health, Alcohol, and Drug Issues for 20 years, served on the 9/11 Commission, Newton Memorial Hospital Foundation, and the new Sussex County Farm and Horse Display Building is named in his honor. Ernie, thank you so much for coming back to us. I'd like to recognize as well the mothers, fathers, grandparents, children, friends, lovers, partners of our graduates. Those of you who have brought not only honor upon your families, but on these beautiful young men and women today who receive degrees. And I also come to praise the trustees of the college and the officers of the college. And thank you so much for all the work that you've done over the past year to help the college move forward. Also, special recognition to Mayor Venezia of Bloomfield Township, without whose hospitality this college would have a very hard time running. So thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I come to thank and praise the members of our faculty who have taught and worked with you to develop not only skills and knowledge, but personal habits of excellence and dedication to meet the challenges of our changing world. Welcome to our faculty. And we praise our special guests who are here today, and you will hear more from them shortly. But I would like to join what Mr. DeLuca said and thank Governor Murphy for his attendance. I'd like to thank multiple Grammy winner and jazz music superstar Christian McBride. And President Deog-Seong, who is the internationally prominent architect, educator, and global smart planner, working both at institutions in Europe and in Far East, and also under the auspices of the United Nations. Mainly, we come to praise you. We praise you, graduates, in each of your divisions. Now, I would like to single out each division one at a time, and it's possible you may find that the spirit of the moment will cause you to cheer for your division. If so, don't let my forbidding presence stop you. First, we praise you, graduates of the Division of Business, who studied accounting, business, computer science, and network engineering. We praise you, graduates of the Division of Creative Arts and Technology, who so impress us with their wonderful animation, interactive media, music technology, theater, and game development. That wasn't that strong. Let's see if we can beat that. And we praise you, graduates of the Division of Education, who will inspire and develop the children of the future. And we praise you, graduates of the Division of Humanities, who have focused on literature, writing, broadcast journalism, history, philosophy. And we praise you from the Division of Natural Science and Mathematics, who have studied so hard in the fields of allied health technologies, biology, chemistry, mathematics, clinical laboratory science, biology, and others. And I thank all of you whose wonderful work I've relied on to develop my physical and intellectual interest through life. But now I'd like to recognize a division on whom I will rely in the future, I'm afraid, the Division of Nursing. You reach out to help the sick, comfort family members, and you remind us that we are all part of a mission to alleviate pain and suffering from the world. You are, of all the nursing programs in the state of New Jersey, the second highest passing of the difficult NCLEX rate of every college and university in the state. And let me just add, you beat the big ones this year. Thank you. And we praise you from the Division of Social and Behavioral Science, who have studied public administration and public policy, psychology, criminal justice, government and international relations, and sociology. About 10 years, I made a pledge to myself that every year my presidential address will be 10 words shorter. I have concluded my presidential address. And now to deliver the senior address, graduating today summa cum laude, please welcome Ms. Nadira Fant.
the Board of Trustees, President Levao, faculty, staff, honored guests, family, friends, and most importantly, the Bloomfield College Class of 2018, good morning. I am truly humbled and honored to be your valedictorian and to speak on behalf of my fellow graduating students. My name is Nadira Fant. I'm 26 years old, an interactive multimedia major, and I'm the first valedictorian of my family. I also like cats. Probably one of the more surprising things in that sentence is I'm 26. She's 26? Oh my God, she looks so young. 1 week ago today, I thought I had my agenda planned. I was going to arrive here early, walk up on stage, get my diploma, and take part in all the pomp and circumstance that comes along with the graduation ceremony. For the most part, all those things did work out as I had planned, except for one tiny difference. I received news congratulating me on being the selected valedictorian. I was like, me? What did I do to deserve this? And hold on, doesn't that mean I have to give a speech? You guys, my heart isn't even prepared for this. During my stay here, I've met so many amazing peers. You're all working so hard and taking the steps necessary to make your dreams a reality. I've been so impressed about the amount of talent within this graduating class that it is a great honor to represent the class of 2018 today. I am no different than you. We're all about to embark on our new adventures into the unknown, which is both exhilarating and scary. But if I were to offer my fellow graduates here today advice on to take on your journeys, challenge yourself to learn new things, especially if it's hard or if it's something you haven't done before. You will not only broaden your skill set, but you'll also learn more about yourself and how you handle and overcome difficulties. As we all set goals and make plans for the things we want to accomplish, just remember that sometimes life doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes the universe will throw a wrench in your plans, or maybe even send you an email saying you have to deliver a speech in front of hundreds of people in a week's time. Regardless of what it is, it's okay to stumble or even fall, but you can't let it slow your momentum. Whatever life brings, don't lose focus on what you set out to accomplish. Instead, learn to adapt to change and rise to any challenge you may face, because you just may surprise yourself. I know I did. I want to thank all my family and friends who have helped me throughout my college career. My boyfriend and his family who have consistently taken care of me and invited me into their home. I want to thank my boyfriend specifically for driving me to and from my classes, because without him, I most certainly would have gotten lost. My teacher, advisor, and chair of the CAT division, Yuichiro Nishizawa, for challenging me to be creative and inspiring me to think unconventionally, as well as my other professors who I've come to know throughout my stay at Bloomfield College. And most importantly, I want to thank my parents for allowing me to pursue my own dreams and goals and for helping me to become the person who I am today. You're the ones who I look up to, who I aspire to be, and who I base my life values around. Congratulations to the class of 2018. Thank you.
And now we have the freshman class salute, Jessica Rumraka.
Hello, everyone. As the freshman class representative, I, Jessica Ramraka, hereby accept this book of knowledge as a testament of dedication to the pursuit of academic excellence. On behalf of the freshman class, we wish the graduating class the best of luck, the best of health, and the best of life. Continue to learn and to grow as you develop to reach your full potential. As a class, you have helped to set the foundation for we who follow you, and for that privilege, we honor you today. Thank you.
Good morning. Mr. President, it is my honor to present Governor Phil Murphy for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Governor Phil Murphy, as a proud New Jersey resident, former businessman and ambassador, and now serving as the 56th governor of New Jersey, you will have an enormous impact on our community and our state. You came from very humble beginnings and started your career with a summer associate internship at Goldman Sachs, which would culminate in a storied 23-year career. Nationally, you have served proudly as New Jersey's sole representative on the board of the NAACP and as finance chair of the Democratic National Committee, helping return Congress to Democratic hands and elect President Barack Obama. In 2009, you answered President Obama's call to service and became the U.S. ambassador to Germany. With your wife, Tammy, you have helped lead local charities to support troubled teens and domestic abuse survivors by founding Second Floor. Together, you also founded New Start New Jersey, an organization aimed to rebuild the state's economy from the middle class out. This recognition illustrates the impact of your work. You believe New Jersey's best days are before us and that our future is unlimited.
Governor Murphy, for your professional and philanthropic accomplishments and commitment to the lives of New Jerseyans, Bloomfield College is honored to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights, duties, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Wow. Yeah. Man, you don't get that every day. Before I give you a few thoughts and pieces of advice, I want to pick up on something that Nadira said. And by the way, both Nadira and our freshman Sophia representative, how impressive are they? Jessica, let's give it to them. You said, Nadira, sometimes life throws you a wrench, I think is the way you put it. I just want to ask everybody here to keep some little kids in your thoughts and prayers. We had an awful accident in New Jersey yesterday. A little fifth grader passed, a teacher passed, and there were still several fifth graders who were fighting the fight. And they all woke up yesterday morning expecting life was going to go in one direction, and it went in an awful, tragic, different direction. So I'd ask if you could all keep all of them, including their families, first responders who are extraordinary, and teachers in your prayers. Having said that, good morning. Mr. President, President Levao, John DeLuca, and Rosemary Iverson, my dear friend, as vice chairs representing the Extraordinary Board of Trustees. Mayor Mike Venezia, my friend, again, I thank him for his hospitality. Other elected officials, I see my friend Assemblyman Tom Giblin a few rows back. Great to have you here, sir. Distinguished administrators, faculty, staff, alumni, in particular, the Reverend Ernie Koza. To my fellow honorees today, how cool, my mother used to say, you're known by the company you keep. I'm keeping darn good company today. Whoa. From the People's Republic of Montclair, Christian McBride, who's also getting an honorary degree. And all the way in from South Korea, where not much is happening these days, Professor and President Deog-Seong. What a treat. Let's hear it for them. Certainly honored guests, family, and friends, and certainly the members of the Bloomfield College class of 2018. Yeah. Woo. Come on. Thank you so much for the honor and opportunity to be with you today for this historic celebration. Bloomfield College is celebrating its 150th birthday. You are members of its 145th graduating class. You are now all part of Bloomfield's history as it begins on its next 150 years. Let me begin by congratulating each of you for reaching this point. I know you have worked long and hard. You have overcome challenges and hurdles along the way. Christian, President, Professor O, and I have it easy. We just had to show up for one day, and we got our degrees. But each of you over the course of years, day in and day out, rain or snow or shine, you have put in the work to earn the distinction of receiving your degrees today. All of us on this stage take tremendous pride in your accomplishments, and we cannot wait for you to go out and make your own mark on the world. But there are many others here today upon whom you have already made a tremendous mark, and they upon you. I speak, of course, of your family and friends. They all join you today with hearts as full as pride as their eyes are full of tears. The dreams you fulfilled for yourselves today is also fulfilling the dreams that they had for you. You may not realize it at the moment, but the people around you are as much a reason for your being here today in cap and gown as your own efforts. And I think one more time we need to thank them and give them all a round of applause. So I get to look out at each of you here from the stage. I see the promise of New Jersey. I see the pride of New Jersey. I see the great diversity of New Jersey. Yeah. And most importantly, I see the future of New Jersey. Now, here are a couple of things that stand out to me about this class and also about Bloomfield College. Number one, this is one of the most diverse campuses in the entire United States of America. What a tremendous, what a tremendous honor that is. We are by many measures one of, if not the most diverse states in the United States of America. And regardless of where we came from, by the way, I'd like to invite a friend from Washington to come up here, and I'd like to just be able to have the one opportunity to say, Mr. President, this is the United States of America. So regardless of where we came from or how we worship, New Jersey's our home. And more importantly, we wear our diversity as a badge of honor. New Jersey is a tremendously vibrant and varied tapestry, and each of us provides our own thread, which strengthens and enlivens the whole. Just imagine how plain and boring it would be without diversity. We respect each other, our cultures and traditions, our histories, and our common ground. I constantly come back to thinking about one of my heroes, the late Senator Robert F. Kennedy, whose brother, of course, was President John Kennedy. Senator Kennedy, who saw long before many others that the core values of our nation are built upon our tremendous diversity. He could find commonality, and this is what made him so special, just as easily with poor white coal miners in West Virginia as he could with Latino migrant farm workers in California, and notably on April 4th, 1968, with African Americans in Indianapolis, Indiana, to whom he had to break the awful news of the assassination of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. By the way, that was 2 months almost to the day before he too would lose his life to an assassin's bullet. Here's what Senator Kennedy said, and I quote him: "America's answer to the intolerant man is diversity, the very diversity which our heritage of religious freedom has inspired." And so New Jersey's answer to the intolerant members of our society who feel empowered to sow hate will be our great diversity. I also must note that the majority of Bloomfield College, speaking of diversity, that the majority of the student body is female. Today, there are too many fields, innovation and technology comes immediately to mind, which lack diversity, whether it be racial or with regard to gender. Just think of how much stronger and fairer our state and our economy will be when you get out there and make your mark. Sister power. I see you out there, ma'am. You're in the tent, but I see you. We'll talk later. And let's face it, we cannot have enough strong, educated women. Trust, yeah. Trust me on this one. I have the distinct honor of being the first governor in our state's 242-year history to appoint a majority of women to our cabinet, including women of color and Latinas. Yeah. And while I may be the first, I don't want to be the last. Perhaps one day, one of you will be asked by a future governor to serve and give back to our state. Or better yet, one day, perhaps one of you will be elected governor. This school is a leader in the state and is among the leaders in the nation in helping students move from humble beginnings into the middle class and beyond. Bloomfield College is where the foundation to support dreams is built. Some of you are the first in your families to ever earn a college degree. Yeah. Some of you have relied upon TAG and EOF scholarships and loans to make this day not only possible, but affordable. Whatever the path you took, each of you has proven that you deserve to be sitting out here today, and you are now leaving as role models for others to follow. This is what you call the Bloomfield lift. It's what I call the New Jersey lift. We are, after all, one family, a large, boisterous, 9 million member strong family, and we succeed only when every member of our family succeeds. We rise and fall as one. As governor, I want each of you to rise as part of that success. And my goal is to create a New Jersey with a vibrant economy rich in new and exciting opportunities. This adds greater importance to our purpose here today. In the words of our former president and my former boss, Barack Obama, and I quote, I gotta tell you, I love the guy and I miss him every second. I quote the president, and this one's important. As a nation, we don't promise equal outcomes, but we were founded on the idea everybody should have an equal opportunity to succeed. No matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, you can make it. That's an essential promise of America. Where you start should not determine where you end up. As usual, the president hit it just on the mark. It is up to all of us in positions to affect change, whether they be college officials, elected officials, business leaders, civic leaders, and on down, to ensure you have an equal opportunity to succeed. But it is up to each of you to make the most of that opportunity. Now, I know some of you are currently questioning when and from where this opportunity and this success will come. It's a question that was pounding in my own head when I sat listening to my commencement speaker at my graduation 39 years ago. That question is only a natural part of your entrance into the so-called real world. That question gnawed at me because as I sat there, I didn't yet know where I was going, but I knew exactly where it was I came from. Perhaps we are on some common ground. I was born the youngest of 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls, in a working poor family. My father, among other jobs, managed a liquor store. I am a Murphy, after all. My mother was a secretary, and she was the only one of my parents to graduate from high school. Mom made sure that my big brother and my sisters and I stayed in school, got a college education, and worked hard. Dad made sure we cared about politics in our community. The names we tossed around our kitchen table were the legends of their time and of all time. President John Kennedy, Senator Robert Kennedy, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Cesar Chavez, and on and on. My folks would not allow my siblings and me let our place in life dictate our fate in life. They knew that our paths out of the working poor lay in getting an education and in putting ourselves on a different trajectory. And they were right. Fresh out of college, like many of you will have, I had loans to pay, and I even had to defer the dream of going to graduate school. I had to get a job, so I did, selling college textbooks to professors. It's true. Many of whom took some strange joy in slamming their office doors in the face of a salesman barely older than their students in their classrooms. And for the pleasure of that, I earned $12,500 per year. But I kept at it, and after a couple of years, I saved enough to go to graduate school and get a master's degree. But then after another roadblock, I entered the business world as an intern at the very bottom of the food chain. I was competing against peers from families with pedigreed names, and whose very names, in some cases, if not their parents, opened doors for them. And then I had more loans to pay back. Now, there were no great Murphy businessmen to open doors for me and my family. I had to fight my way through them. But as some of you may already know, nothing stokes your competitive fires like being told you're not going to make it. 2 decades later, I found myself managing and leading thousands of employees and offices around the world. I have been able to open doors that would eventually lead to my being asked by President Obama to serve as the United States ambassador to the Federal Republic of Germany. And I had one of, And as was mentioned, I had one of my life's great honors in 2015 when I was asked to serve on the National Board of the NAACP, the nation's oldest civil rights organization, and whose presence is increasingly needed today. That capped a 15-year relationship with the NAACP and with the likes of Julian Bond and Ronald's sister, Rosalind, and other dear friends of mine. And 2 years ago, I announced I was running for governor to create the New Jersey that stood up for the people who had nothing else but their dreams so they could have a chance at achieving the American dream. At every step, I never forgot the lessons learned at that kitchen table all those years ago and the examples of our heroes which were instilled in me, and they still guide me today. Let the lessons learned around your tables and which inspired you to come to Bloomfield continue to be your North Stars. Follow them wherever they may lead you. Regardless of your field of study, the tools and skills you now have will be there for you even when you hit a rough patch in life. They are what you will need to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. They are what you will use to break down the doors that stubbornly won't open for you. And yes, you will hit one of those rough spots. It's practically guaranteed. Everybody does. You will question at times, as I did standing outside a freshly shut door, whether continuing on is worth it. It always is. Failure, even the risk of failure, is something to learn from, not run from. Heed the words of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and I quote him, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope." And who knows, perhaps one day you'll find yourself on this stage speaking to a future class of Bloomfield College graduates, and I know Ernie will still be right beside you. But this guidance isn't just for you to succeed personally. Help us to raise the whole of society. Help us ensure that the New Jersey you hand off to your children is better, more equal, and more tolerant than the one you have inherited. You are graduating at a time of both great opportunity and great challenge. There is no doubt, this is no doubt, a tumultuous time in our history. And I've seen this movie before, as many up here have. After all, I grew up in the 60s. But the lessons of the 60s, and I am sure the lesson of our current times, is this: tumultuous times will also lead us to great social change. It is almost necessary for us to experience upheavals, especially as one generation reaches up to take the reins of leadership from the one before it. It is not new. It is simply part of the American experiment. These reins of leadership are now within the reach of you, our millennial generation. It will be your jobs to see the next great wave of societal change through. And I know you are up to the task. Your generation is already showing that it is ready to lead. Your generation is not letting anyone tell you to sit down and wait your turn. By sometime next year, your generation is poised to become the largest group of living Americans. You inevitably will become our nation's leaders. I, for one, am really excited to see your generation do so. And as you assume this mantle of leadership, I urge you to also embrace your ability to bring about fundamental change in our state and in our union. We have a saying in my family, and I've got 4 children under the age of 21, so please keep me in your prayers, that voting is necessary, but it is not sufficient. It means that walking into that voting booth only once or twice a year, which you must do, by the way, is the least you can do in our free society. Working to make a difference in any way will take that singular and personal action to the next step. And regardless of the field you plan to enter, teaching or nursing, business or technology, the sciences or the law, you will have the awesome ability and responsibility to quite literally change lives in the course of history. Even if you divert from the path you are currently on and enter an entirely new and unexpected field, make the most of it. Don't be afraid of that. In all of your life's endeavors, do both well and do good. Now, I am anxious to see you receive your degrees as you are, as anxious for you to see your degrees as you are for me to wrap this baby up. So that you can get those pieces of paper you've worked so hard for, so you can celebrate with your families and friends, and so you can walk into your futures as college graduates. Yeah. And truth be told, I'm excited to join you in receiving the honorary degree which Bloomfield College has seen fit to bestow upon me. I will proudly consider myself forever and ever to be the member of the class of 2018. I got only one question. Somebody tell me where the party is. Let's go. To all of you, I offer both my congratulations and my thanks for your continuing your education right here in New Jersey. Always remember that you're part of a family, not just the Bloomfield College family, but also your even larger New Jersey family. Your future is limitless. We cannot wait to see how you change our world. Thank you all so very much for allowing me to be part of your day. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless the great state of New Jersey and the United States of America. Thank you all.
Mr. President, it is my honor to present Christian McBride for the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa. Christian McBride, as a 6-time Grammy Award-winning jazz musician, you have become one of the most requested, most recorded, and most respected figures in the music world today. You have shared your gift of music with people around the world, offering new ideas and using your gift for the good of others. You are a respected educator and advocate. Your work with Jazz House Kids, one of the nation's preeminent arts, education, and performance organizations, founded by your wife, vocalist Melissa Walker, has helped countless youth become lifelong learners, communicators, and innovators. You have been named Artistic Director of the Jazz Aspen Snowmass Summer Sessions, Co-Director of the National Jazz Museum in Harlem, and the second Creative Chair for Jazz of the Los Angeles Philharmonic Association. Today, you are the Artistic Advisor for Jazz Programming at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. This recognition illustrates the impact of your work. You believe in the talent of the youth of New Jersey. Congratulations.
For educating the people in New Jersey and around the world in the art of jazz, and for sharing your gift of music for the benefit of others, Bloomfield College is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa, with all the rights, duties, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Please.
Thank you. Wow, this is heavy. Man, oh man. To the Board of Trustees, to Governor Murphy, to Dr. O, to the graduating class of 2018 at Bloomfield College, I thank you so very, very much. There's so many smart people here, so many people filled with wisdom. I think it would be an insult for me to try to give you any words of advice because I don't know anything. But what I think I am pretty good at is sharing my own personal stories, which I hope that you can take something from in your life's journey. As a jazz musician, I make my life improvising. And when you ask someone who is not a jazz musician, what does it mean to improvise? Generally, they'll be a little too simplistic and says you just create something on the fly. Well, that's part of it. But one beautiful thing about being a jazz musician is that, yes, you are creating melodies on the fly, but it's based on something. It's based on a particular rhythm. It's based on a particular song. It's rarely arbitrary. It's all based on something. And for that reason, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but every last one of you sitting in the audience, all of you graduating students, you're all jazz musicians. Everyone sitting out there is Duke Ellington. Every one of you out there is Mary Lou Williams. Every one of you out there is Miles Davis or John Coltrane. Because when you go through life and you hear people speak, that's a note. The rhythm of everyday life, that's like a drum pattern. When you're around a group of friends or even a group of strangers, that's your harmonic foundation. And as a jazz musician, we create melodies based off of rhythm, melody, and harmony. And that's what you do in life. You create these wonderful notes and these wonderful songs based on rhythm, melody, and harmony. If I may share a story with you about how I fell in love with jazz. I was 11 years old, and just like anyone who loves jazz, I fell in love hard with Miles Davis, Charlie Parker, Thelonious Monk, Art Blakey. And so by the time I was 14 or 15 years old, I noticed that all of my jazz heroes mostly lived in New York. Now, I grew up in Philadelphia, which is not very far away. And so what made it cool was that, okay, well, New York's not that far away. I made a wish list of all of the people who I wanted to play with. And Miles Davis obviously was at the top of everybody's list. If you were a teenager in the 80s and you played jazz, you wanted to play with either Miles Davis or Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. Art Blakey, the legendary drummer, every major figure in the history of jazz played in his band at some point since the mid-50s. From Wynton and Branford Marsalis to Terrence Blanchard to Freddie Hubbard to Cedar Walton to Wayne Shorter, Horace Silver, Donald Byrd, Clifford Brown. It's like a roll call of the world's greatest jazz musicians. I moved to New York City in 1989 to go to college. I went to Juilliard. And in preparing for my dream of playing with Art Blakey, this is how I want to speak to you guys about being specific, being very specific about what you want, how you want it, when you want it, and why you want it. I fell in love with this music so hard, I said, I want to play with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. I want to be a messenger. So I went out and bought every Art Blakey record I could get, and I learned all of the music. If I ever had a chance to meet Art Blakey or sit in with Art Blakey, I would be more than prepared. Well, didn't work out that way. But I sort of knew that, well, Art Blakey's kind of up in age, maybe I might not get to play with him. Who else do I want to play with if I don't ever get a chance to play with Art Blakey? Well, the next hottest person in jazz was Wynton Marsalis. Even though he was only 26 years old at the time, he was already a household name. I got to meet Wynton. He became like a big brother, mentored me, helped me through my senior year in high school by calling my mother to check on my grades. I already know he's playing good, but what's his grades like, you know? Unfortunately, they weren't good. But I moved to New York, and I go to sit in with Art Blakey, and Art Blakey was too sick to play that night, and he passed away a few months later. I thought, well, maybe I'll get to play with Wynton Marsalis. Wynton Marsalis had just changed bands and hired a new bass player that wasn't me. And I said, oh boy, what am I going to do now? Now, in my quest to play with Art Blakey wasn't a composer. Freddie Hubbard wrote all of the music. Bobby Watson wrote all of the music. Wayne Shorter wrote all of the music. Cedar Walton wrote all of the music. Benny Golson wrote all of the music. I wound up playing with all of them. So in many ways, I still got to play with Art Blakey through playing with all of those other jazz heroes, because I was so specific about what I was learning and who I wanted to play with. All of those people were on my list because they play with Art Blakey. And I want to talk to you about improvisation, and how sometimes in life, things are not going to go the way you want them to go, and it's okay. I was asked to be the guest DJ on WNYC Soundcheck, sitting in for John Schaefer. And they gave me a screen, said, Mr. McBride, you're going to be taking questions from the audience, and just watch the screen as the questions come in. Well, the screen froze. And I'm on live radio in New York City. I got so scared. I actually called myself John Schaefer by accident. I was so scared. I'm trying to, make up all this stuff on the fly, and I'm thinking, relax, calm down, just vibe it out. It's going to be cool. And so I said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. I'm John Schaefer. Wait, no, I'm Christian McBride. We'll be right back after these messages. And then we came back, and I thought I did a really poor job as a guest on the show. 1 year later, NPR calls and says, will you be the new host of our show, Jazz Night in America? I didn't realize that WNYC Soundcheck was an NPR affiliate, so that was sort of my audition for the NPR show that they were planning. So I said, well, I did such a poor job on Soundcheck. Why did you call me? They said, well, you were cool under fire, and we liked your energy. So it wasn't that I actually knew what to do when the screen froze. I had faith, and that's what you guys have to do. Sometimes things are not going to be the way you want them to be, but you got to have faith. You got to believe in something greater than yourself, gain as much knowledge as you can, and it's going to carry you through everything that you need to do in your life. If I may tell you one last story about failing when things don't go as planned. I gave the commencement address at Newark Academy last year, and just like now, I had my notes on my iPad. I didn't realize that the commencement was going to be outdoors, and it was 99 degrees that day. And as I was about to go on stage to give the speech, my iPad shut down because it was too hot. And so I had to completely improvise my speech. Fortunately, there was a bass there so I could play and kind of work myself out of it. And in closing, I would like to say to you that also in life, you're going to get resistance, and that's okay. I would like to share one final story with you about resistance, being a great improviser. Wayne Shorter once was asked, the great saxophonist Wayne Shorter, about being an improviser. And Wayne Shorter said, one of the great things about being an improviser and being a citizen, being a human being, is you have to accept resistance. And he said, well, what do you mean? One thing that keeps an airplane in the air is resistance. And I never thought about that. And I want to go a little deeper than that and show how you all can be great musicians, great improvisers, and great human beings. In music, we have what are called clusters. If you take a D and an E flat and you play them together, they don't really sound that good. So I think of a D and E flat as people with opposing views. But you're both notes, as I said in the beginning. You're all jazz musicians. If you take that D and E flat and you couple it with a B flat and a G, you get a really, really beautiful chord. Now, if the D and the E flat keep fighting each other to figure out if it's going to be a D or an E flat, the song's not going to be that beautiful. So what I urge all of you to do, for all of you B flats, all you B naturals, all you Cs, all you D flats, Ds, E flats, E's, F's, F sharps, G's, G sharps, as human beings, let's come together and improvise a great symphony in our life and make the song better for everyone else in our universe. Thank you very, very much.
Mr. President, it is my honor to present President Deog-Seong for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Professor Deog-Seong, you began your career at Chungnam National University in 1981 as a professor, later becoming head of the Department of Architecture in 1990, executive director of the Regional Development Research Institute in 1996, dean of faculty within architecture and civil engineering in 2000, and dean of planning and information, vice provost, in 2003. In 2012, you assumed the position of Vice President for External Affairs, Provost, at Chungnam National University and became President in 2016. Since 1981, you have remained a professor at the university. Throughout the years, you have acted as a guest professor of spatial planning at TU Dortmund University in Germany, visiting professor in the Department of Town and Regional Planning at the University of Sheffield in the UK, and research fellow for the Institute of Housing and Urban Planning at Hanover University in Germany. Among other duties, you have served with the International Center for South Cooperation in Science, Technology, and Innovation in Malaysia under the auspices of UNESCO. You currently serve as Operations Director of the Isfahan Regional Center for Technology Incubators and Science Park Development, on the High Panel of Science, Technology, and Innovation for Development Division of Science Policy and Capacity Building, National Science Sector, as General Secretary, World Technopolis Association, and as Chairperson of its University Presidents Forum. Professor O, you have displayed a strong commitment to making a difference within international higher education through your roles at Chungnam National University. Congratulations.
For your leadership in the country and field and dedication to academia, Bloomfield College is proud to confer upon you the degree of Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters with all rights, duties, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Good morning, everybody. Mr. President, honorable members of trustee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to receive an honorary doctor degree from the prestigious Bloomfield College, a college that cultivates global talent. I live in Daejeon, South Korea, which means big field in Korea. In Daejeon, I live with 3 remarkable daughters and a lovely wife who has been my constant companion for over 38 years. Today, both my wife and my youngest daughter are here. I am grateful and must offer a special thanks to them, 2 of my most ardent cheerleaders. Thank you. I would also like to express a special thanks to my parents. They could not be with me now, but as with all the parents here today, they are forever proud of me and my #1 supporter. In particular, my parents were refugees from North Korea and fled to the south to seek freedom during the Korean War in the 1950s. My father and 2 of his brothers went to South Korea, not be taken by North Korea communist military. They promised my grandmom and sisters that they can return in half a year. However, my father is still waiting for the return his hometown for last 6-7 years. I hope through the peace talk among United States, South Korea, and North Korea, my father can return his hometown within a year. So please pray us. My father, a former government officer, had always taught me not to commit myself to helping others, commit myself to helping others. I became a university professor at Chungnam National University in 1981 to teach students and follow my father's example. I served as a professor before becoming the president of the 25,000 student flagship national university in 2016. I must not omit that I could myself a faithful Christian and serve as an elder in a Presbyterian church. I also the Sunday school head teacher and work with 600 volunteers to teach children about the Christian faith as well. At this point, I would like to share 4 principles that I have gained through my own experience. First, I try to read students through actions rather than through words as an educator. I also believe that parents are children's main role model. Children mirror a parent's behavior. Students mirror a teacher's behavior as well. And I also remind myself that what I do matter. For over 38 years, I have had the honor to supervise more than 80 students in the field of master's and PhD courseworks. It is a great achievement and reward for me to carry out research on urban planning. Based on our studies, such as urban planning in response to climate change and science and technology-based regional innovation, my lab has produced more than 100 research plans and also 100 major projects, and we have grown into a superior lab. The students have become actively involved in universities, research institutes, government agencies, and various companies. Second, I have been conducting practical research projects on regional innovation and sustainable urban growth that are applicable in my country. The important plan for high-tech clusters in the context of innovation ecosystem become an important driving force for regional growth. We have made Korea's success model for regional innovation by going through a series of planning, designing, and implementing the model of Korea Science Park and Innovation Cluster elsewhere. Third, I contributed to ongoing transformation of developing countries in terms of technology and innovation by conducting various projects regarding regional innovation in Korea, which helped me to replicate a similar undertaking in these countries. I participate in the establishment of UNESCO non-governmental organization called WTA. I have served as the Secretary General of the WTA for 12 years. We have grown into an international intercity cooperation organization with 105 members in 47 countries. The WTA's Technical Assistance Initiative, in particular, are among the organization's most notable activities. Since 2003, the WTA has been responsible for establishing projects for Science Park innovation cluster in 12 countries located in Africa, Asia, and South America. We are transferring the successful experience and expertise in South Korea and other developed countries. It is gratifying to know that our work is making a lasting difference in far-flung sites around the world, and that we are planting seed of hope and implementing tangible improvement in place that needed hope. Now, the fourth is one I hold variously in my current role as the university president. As the chairperson of Korea Association of University Presidents, I am working with my colleagues to find the ideal model to invigorate today's university in the era of fourth industrial revolution. As the head of this council, comprised of 41 national university presidents in Korea, I am pursuing the transformation of our universities into institutions that not only foster entrepreneurial skills, also with the most forward-thinking and effective 21st century education possible, but as institutions that can create, provide, and promote long-lasting socio-economic value. So far, I have emphasized most my achievement. However, I have had a low point. During a site visit to the Sri Lanka Science Park project and some in African country, I was involved in a vehicle accident and admitted to the local hospital for treatment. Like anyone, when faced with such a setback, I also said to myself, I will not go back next time. However, I always forget those bad memories and immediately return to site all over the globe when asked to help by UNESCO, WTA. I can it beneficial amnesia. The reason I go back in is that I believe that it is more important to live for others than to live for ourselves. It is what my dad taught to me. It is same lesson that I try to instill into my 3 daughters and into each student. Living for others is a lesson I hope all of you consider as you leave Bloomfield College today and embark in the next chapter of your wonderful lives. Finally, looking back at my experiences, I would like to say that if you value helping others, then you should prepare now. Choose a career that you desire and one that you see yourself developing throughout your life, and make sure that what you do is beneficial to others. The aspect that I am thankful for are that even though I am from a small country in those East Asia, I am able to read the sustainable growth of my city and other regions in developing country by preparing science-based innovation plans with colleagues from various fields. I was not able to imagine when I am doing today in my early 20s, but doing what I do now become a reality in my mid-60s because of earlier choice I have made. The formula for my success is simple. I am diligent in every project and determined to keep an open mind while collaborating with colleagues. I've shared my knowledge with others, and thus my idea has spread around Korea and across the world. If I may dare and tell you one last piece of advice, it may be a small step forward, but continue to push yourself until you reach your dream forever, and the future await you with open arms. Before closing my speech, I will express my warm thanks for Professor Peter Jung, the Vice President at Bloomfield College. I met him in 2003, and for last 15 years, I keep in touch with him. He showed me what the university should do for the community and what the university prepare for the future of global collaboration with developed and developing countries. And I wish I can join his next stage of life plan to help developing country with Christian mission mind. I also give my thanks and glorify to my God. I would like to once to thank all those who have attended today. Congratulations, 320 graduates. Congratulations, families. In Korean, 축하합니다. Please pray for the success of Bloomfield College, and I hope one day to see you in Daejeon, South Korea. Thank you so much.
Mr. President, it is my honor to present Dr. Glenn A. Hayes for the conferring of the title of Professor Emeritus of Religion. Dr. Glenn Alexander Hayes, you have been a dedicated member of the Division of Humanities and the Bloomfield College community since 1980. A graduate of Bloomfield High School, you earned your bachelor's degree in religion and psychology at Lehigh University and received your Master's of Divinity from the University of Chicago Divinity School, where you later earned the PhD. You admirably served Bloomfield College in a myriad of roles, beginning as an adjunct professor in 1980 and rising through the ranks to become a full professor in 1993. You have dedicated much of your time to the college, serving on numerous Bloomfield College committees, as well as acting as the coordinator of the Faculty Forum, faculty advisor to WBCN, student radio station, and faculty advisor to the Evening Student Association. As a scholar, you have published essays and chapters with Oxford University Press and Princeton University Press. You have presented at a myriad of conferences with your most recent research exploring the uses of conceptual metaphors and the imagination in Asian religious traditions. You are the founder of the Society for Tantric Studies, serve on the Cognitive Science of Religion Program Unit of the American Academy of Religion, and are on the editorial board of Religions Online.
In recognition of and appreciation for the service you have dedicated to Bloomfield College for nearly 40 years, the Board of Trustees is proud to confer upon you the title of Professor Emeritus of Religion with all the rights, duties, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Glenn, all my best.
Mr. President, it is my honor to announce the conferring of the title of Associate Professor Emerita of Public Administration to Dr. Glenda C. Kirkland. Dr. Kirkland is not able to be with us today. She has been a dedicated member of the Division of Social and Behavioral Sciences and the Bloomfield College community since 2000. earning her MBA in Finance from Boston University Graduate School of Management and her PhD in Public Administration from Rutgers University Graduate School of Arts and Sciences, where she was an Excellence Fellow and a member of their esteemed faculty. She joined the faculty of Bloomfield College with a wealth of experience and knowledge. As a scholar, she has published papers on a myriad of topics, including teen pregnancy, homelessness, New Jersey special needs housing, and womanhood. Apart from academia, she gained recognition in the world of finance, working at J. Aaron and Company, Incorporated in New York, as manager of foreign exchange systems, and at Citibank within its International Treasury Division as operations head. Her influence and selflessness stretches past Bloomfield College in her roles with different community organizations, including her work on the Essex County Workforce Investment Board Youth Investment Committee, the Newark Eligible Metropolitan Area HIV Health Services Planning Council, the Mayor's Council for the Homeless, and the Bishop's Task Force on Children and Adolescents. She has earned many accolades, including the HUD Best Practices, Best of the Best, Top 100 National Award, the Women of Influence Award from the YWCA, the City News 100 Most Influential Award, and the New Jersey Women of Achievement Award from the Douglas College of Rutgers University.
In recognition and appreciation for the service she has dedicated to Bloomfield College for the past 18 years, the Board of Trustees is proud to confer upon Dr. Glenda Kirkland the title of Professor Emerita of Public Administration, with all the rights, duties, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. I know she can't be here, but my thoughts go to her, and congratulations to her and her family.
At this time, we honor our graduates and the quality of values of their education at Bloomfield. In 2013, writer Joyce Carol Oates made a generous donation to establish the college's Faculty Excellence Fund. The annual award recognizes creative, demanding, and supportive teaching that puts student learning at the center, in and out of the classroom. It is with great pleasure that I announce that the faculty have selected Dr. Brandon Fralix for his teaching excellence. Dr. Fralix, please stand to be recognized. Congratulations. At this time, Bloomfield College would like to honor a student who is no longer with us, but who would have graduated this year. At this time, we ask that the representative from the family of Ms. Michelle Drinkard come to the stage to accept the posthumous degree.
Ms. Deandra Michelle Drinkard, upon the recommendation of the faculty and approval of the Board of Trustees, I hereby grant the degree of Bachelor of Arts with a major in psychology posthumously to your grandmother, Michelle Drinkard.
And now. It is my pleasure to present the graduates for degrees. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science please rise? Mr. President, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Board of Trustees, I hereby grant the degree of Master of Science. You may now rotate your tassel to the left, signifying conferral of the degree of Master of Science.
Will the candidates for the combined degree of Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, please rise? Mr. President, it is my honor to present the candidates for the combined degree of Bachelor of Science, Master of Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Board of Trustees, I hereby grant the combined degree of Bachelor of Science, Master of Science. You may now rotate your tassel to the left, signifying the conferral of the combined degree.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise? Mr. President, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Board of Trustees, I hereby grant the degree of Bachelor of Arts. You may now rotate your tassel to the left, signifying conferral of the degree.
Candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree, please rise. Mr. President, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Board of Trustees, I hereby grant the degree of Bachelor of Science. You may now rotate your tassel to the left, signifying conferral of the degree.
Congratulations, and you may be seated.
Portia Chimbirai. Congratulations to the Master of Science degree recipient. Adama Sankare. Also, congratulations for your master's degree. Gabriela Barrero, summa cum laude. Lisbeth Maldonado, magna cum laude. Congratulations to the recipients of the Bachelor's of Science, Master's of Science degree recipients. Brianna Abel. Ross Acarino. Stephen Acosta. Matthew Alfaro. Jessica Alyssa Alvarez. William Barr. Farima Balo. Sasha Barrias. Asante Baskerville. Bria Batts Stewart. Azia Berry. Giovanna Batia Belga. Sade Boss. Franklin Briones. Danielle Brotherton. Imani Brown. Nimani Y.A. Brown. Zachary Brown, summa cum laude. And this is you? Adam Carter. Jared Cepeda. Hafiza Kauzi, cum laude. Brianna Childs. Dayani Cochran. Delilah Colazo. Brandon Collins. Sergio Cosme. Lolita Cruz. Asia Daniels. Gabrielle Davids, I'm sorry. Nicholas Davidson. Rashid Davidson. Sharice Dawson. Alexander De Leon. Adrian Dominique Deming. Ronalie Dennis. Erica DeBella, magna cum laude. Darian Dominguez. Christina Donaus. Veronica Dumornay, cum laude. Laura Duran. Jamar Edwards. Amanda Faison, cum laude. The valedictorian, Nadira Fant, summa cum laude. Laura Furman. Liz Furman. Michael Finlay. Ashanti Finley. Kelly Frias. Latasia Gamble. Raquel Garcia. Julian Generals. Destiny Nicole Gillian. Corey Ginn. Nathan Grant. Ryan Grasso. Craig Green. Jervon Gregory. Griffith. Richard Guadalupe Jr., summa cum laude. Merlene Gilliam. Naja Harris. Crystal Hayes. Riza Heyman. Mitchell Hellenbrecht. Victoria Ann Hollis. Tanisha T. Houston, cum laude. Adebimpe Ilori. Janaja Ivory. Keandra Jackson. Marquise Jackson. Queen Taye Yvonne Jackson. Janice Jaffe. Karonda James. Andrea Musetta Jewell, summa cum laude. Autumn Johnson. Chardonnay Johnson. Janika Johnson. Marcus Johnson. Daniel Jones, magna cum laude. Yusef Kalini, cum laude. Raquan Kelly. Kenneth Lamons. Ashley Lane. Anthony Lantigua. Elizabeth Lighty. Kevin Ludlam. Donald Malone Jr. Elizabeth Manos. Oscar Mariscal. Andre Marshall. Jacqueline Masenik. Simone Mackinoff. Ajay McGill. Emily Melendez. Jesse Melendez. Jessica Melian. James Menendez. Andrew Mescool. Kenneth Miles. Diane Mowens. Harry Montero Jr. Ruben Morales. Corey Morgard, summa cum laude. Dominique Morris. Latia Morris. Suraya Muhammad. Mariah Nelson, cum laude. Crystal Nieves. Joel Nunez. Jasnorti Nayan Pluto. Cindy Parison. Jayadi Paul. Nayade Paulino. Rocio Paulino. Valandi Pierre. Lawrence Popper. Diamond Porter. Marquise Price. Jessica Reynoso. Albert Rivera. Daniela Rivera. Stephanie Rivera, cum laude. Barbara Rodriguez. Coralie Rodriguez. Jewel Marie Rodriguez. Raquel Maria Rodriguez. Demaja Rogers. Sabrina Saleh. Avery Sampson. Atia Sanders. Levon Sanks, a military veteran. Thank you for your service. Daniel Sasso, magna cum laude. Al-Jalil Sawab. Oksana Screven. Joshua Serrano Patron, a military veteran. Thank you for your service. Yanisha Tiara Shanks. Ralatu Salah. Erica Simon. Nadia Small. Naisha Smith. Stephen Smith. Mark Soul. Pamela Solomon. Philip Steinberg. Selena Suarez, summa cum laude. Bianca Tarazona. Morgan Taylor. Hernani Texera. Tiffany Tejada. Anthony J. Thomas, magna cum laude. Kayla Grace Elena Thomas. Watson, magna cum laude. Mauricio Torrealba, summa cum laude. Stephanie Tremels. Malaysia Regina Tucker. Naftali Uba. Johnny Vega. Kyla Watson, cum laude. I know. Brady Wower, summa cum laude. Zaria Webb Stewart. Charisse Nicole Wenzel. Tavia West. Amatullah White. Briche Destiny White. Jarrell Williams, summa cum laude. Niall Williams. Daisha Wilson. Nazira Wilson. Oksana Zavisky. Congratulations to the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts degree. These are the recipients of the Bachelor of Science degree. Elsily Abreu. Abisola Adewolu. Edward Ajay. Gabriela Alonge. Fernanda Altamirano, cum laude. Farzana Amin. Cheyenne Andrew. Christian M. Arias Hernandez. Justin Arias. Taisha Bagwell. Jada Barbie. Siona Bismuth. Tevin Blake. Joshua Bunto. Samaya Boss. Halima Boyd. Brianna Bravo. Ed Brown Jr. Juan Brown Jr. Delia Brown Florence. Sandra Gwen. Erica Buenano. Christopher Cabral. Charles Castellano. Jose Castro, cum laude. Elizabeth Charles. Gregory Cowart. Ashley Cruz. Antonine Daedalus. Jessica Demjanich. Talandi Desroches. Ignacio Diaz. Shakira Drones. Shalene Dreiseblam. David Duret. Samira Edwards Jones. Veronica and Warren. Zainabu Fall. Sammy Fonseca. Tiffany Fenton. Melissa Fullerton. Aisha Godfrey. Albert Jason Gonzalez. Naeem Granberry. Oscar Josue Gutierrez Zuniga, cum laude. Savon Heath. Vila Hekele, magna cum laude. Daniel Helena Okendo. Isaiah Holding. Joy Jackson. Taisha Jean. Samantha Jimenez, magna cum laude. Danielle Johnson. Jennifer Kiro. David Kerman. Georgina Kokonozi. Randorf Che. Stacy Lopez. Stephanie Lopez. Daniel Macnowski. Trevor Mays. Karen Mamaradlo. Gonzalo Marquez Reyes. Kelvis A. Marte Gonzalez. Lisa Marie Martinez. Seraphine K. Mbeche. Rachel McCain, cum laude. Caitlin McCracken, cum laude. Tonya McDonald. Aya Meke. Aya is being hooded by her very proud father, Dr. Mickey from the Division of Nursing. Baptiste Milford, military veteran. Thank you for your service. Brigitte Mitchell. Dawn Mitchell. Crystal Mora. Shantia Moss. Rina Navarro. Najee Asante Nelson. Diana Ojera. Erica Olarte. Amina Pasha. Jovenson Pierre-Louis. Juan Plasencia. Juan Carlos Reina. Alera Rice. Alexis Janae Rudolph. Betseda, she prefers Betsy, Salomello. Cum laude, Carrie Samuels. Ellis Sanchez. Sekou Sangai. Ahmad Sano. Connie Santana Gonzalez. Brianna Singleton. Athalia Smith. Jacob Suber. Carlos Tejeda. Joseph Thatchett. Anaja Tong. Natalie Toro. Rosana Torres. Alexia Tucker. Ikechukwu Uba. Luz Vargas. Lakeisha Vasul. Veronica Victorero. Regina Villagran. Amid Williams. Aishana Williams. Valencia Williams. Summa cum laude. Carlton Wright Jr. Detriana Young. Dorothy Ann Zaran. Summa cum laude. Dorothy is being hooded by the chairperson of the Division of Natural Science and Mathematics, the division that is most grateful for Dorothy's service. And last but not least, Amy Zapata. Congratulations, recipients of the Bachelor's of Science degree. Class of 2018, good luck and fare thee well.
I would now like to introduce the Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Rosemary Iverson.
Congratulations, class of 218. And it didn't rain. The Board of Trustees has taken great pride in watching you grow throughout your time here at Bloomfield. Whether you are an athlete, an adult student, a member of an organization, or a commuter, excuse me, you are the leaders. You've worked hard to get where you are. And I would now like to introduce John Murdoch.
Class of 2018, you pulled it off. You did it. After years of hard work and dedication and maybe that occasional weekend party, you've earned your degree, and now you're going to leave this campus and start the next chapter of your life. Well, let me tell you from my experience what just might happen. At some point in the future, many of you are going to look back at your time here and say to yourselves, you know, some of the best years of my life were spent right here at Bloomfield College. And some of you are going to really miss this place, because I did. But not to worry, we have a solution. It's called the Bloomfield College Alumni Association. We're an organization dedicated to helping our college, our students. And let me tell you something, we have a heck of a good time doing it. So whenever you're ready, you give us a call and we'll have a seat waiting for you. And just remember one more thing. You're never too young or you're never too old to be involved. Just ask Ernie Costa, class of 45. He's still an active member of this organization. Good luck to you all. God bless you all.
Hello, we're almost finished. I will speak to you briefly. I'm Dr. James Murphy. I represent the faculty. After I speak, the chaplain will make a benediction, and then we'll be finished. When that happens, please remain in your seats so the faculty and trustees can exit the tent and greet the new graduates as they exit. So the graduates will remain in their seats until the dais leaves. On behalf of the faculty, we're very, very happy for you. We're so proud of you. We are hoping you're going to make a difference out there in the world. And finally, I would like to declare the academic year closed, and congratulations.
Bloomfield forever. Amen. Congratulations, class of 2018. I'm here to give the benediction, which means good words, not long words, because I see that everyone wants to get out of here. But I want to leave you with a blessing from Howard Thurman. It's about making your life a high priest of truth. In our era of fake news and so much of this and that, we need people who represent the truth in the world. I will make of my life a high priest of truth. I will make of my talents, whatever they are, a high priest of truth. This I do when I use them to enrich life, render life more human, and to make life more gracious and personal than it would be otherwise. I recognize that my talents may be special endowments, or they may be the result of the advantageous path along which my life has come from the beginning. I will make of my remembering a high priest of truth. I purpose in my heart that I shall not use my memory to store up those things which fester, poison, and destroy my living and the life of others. I shall make it a study to preserve my soul in balance and liberty. I will use my memory to store up the excellent things of my experience. In this way, I shall lay up treasures in heaven. I will make of myself a high priest of truth. I will recognize the supremacy of the ideal of God-likeness, to which more and more, by his help, I will give myself. Despite the number of times I fail, despite all the limitations and inadequacies which beset me, by God's strength I will make of myself a high priest of truth. I will make of my life a high priest of truth. May you now go forth from this place with blessings. Amen.